Hello, everybody. Our group name is the Foreign Investment. My name is Silvano Ramirez, accompanied by Joseph Acundo, Valentin Fruchart, and Grace Ortega. And today, I am going to go over our social media project. My agenda today consists of explaining who our target persona was throughout the entire campaign. Then I'm going to go over the strategy we used, followed by some key results that we discovered. Also, I'm going to go over some recommendations that we have, and finally, I will be going over some of the learning outcomes that we took away from this group project. To start things off, I'm going to talk about our target persona. This was a crucial point in our group project because all of our postings were based off the persona. So it was key to have a clear definition who our persona was. So, our target persona's name was Alex Rodriguez. He is a full-time student at Cal State Fullerton. He is a marketing major with hopes of graduating in the spring. He commutes to school every morning, Monday through Friday, and also commutes to work on the weekends. Currently, he is a department supervisor at a local Home Depot. His goals at the Home Depot is to work for the corporate offices. However, if that does not work out, he would like to work for a big-name company in Los Angeles in the marketing department. On his free time, he loves to be active. He plays baseball, basketball, football, and is a novice bodybuilder. His priorities at this point in his life include spending lots of time with his brothers and parents, studying for tests, and spending time with his girlfriend. As far as his current academic standing, he is a 3.5 GPA student who is actively participating with clubs on campus such as AMA. He also plays in the mural sports on campus whenever he can, taking into consideration his busy schedule, which is why his tagline is short and sweet, because he has very little patience for subject matter that is not straight to the point. Up next is our campaign strategy. A well-organized campaign strategy was crucial to achieving our goals. Since the desired outcome is to bring awareness and be a useful source of information for marketing and ethics, it is important to have a planned strategy to make this possible. As current marketing students graduate and go on to finding their dream careers, they may encounter many ethically compromising scenarios along the way. Given the situation, they have a need to become prepared and aware of how to handle these situations ethically. The first step in planning a campaign strategy was having a set schedule for the order of the channels that our team would use for the social media marketing campaign. The 4 channels used in the campaign were Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, respectively. All these platforms were used to share articles, videos, and event invites. Before the content was actually posted, it was recorded on the editorial calendar ahead of time. The metrics measured on Facebook to track its progress were the amount of likes and audience reach. Similarly, LinkedIn has the capability of receiving likes by audience members. Generally, the metrics used to measure the progress of these platforms consisted of the number of likes and audience reach on Facebook, retweets on Twitter, and thumbs on YouTube. Up next is some key results. For the first 2 weeks, we created 12 postings for Facebook. We posted about ethically marketing, earning a total of 369 views at an average of 30.75 views per post. Our highest view count came from the news articles, with 42 views. 2 of the posts were posted in the AM, earning 14.4% of the views, while the PM posts earned 85.6%. Our lowest view counts came from a video and an article with 23 views. Only 5 posts earned likes with a total of 10, averaging 0.83 likes per post. The most likes came from an article, earning 3 likes, while another article received a low of 1 like. The following week, we posted on Twitter with 12 postings. Our postings contained 2 retweets, 3 tags of other accounts, and 1 hashtag. There were no comments or retweets made on these posts. We created 4 LinkedIn postings that did not receive any responses. In the final weeks, we created a YouTube video that received 4 views. The top 3 postings that had to do with the brands were being ethical in international business, and companies being exposed for unethical practices. The bottom 3 postings had to do with how companies have advertised over the decades, analyzation of ethical cases, and what a company does with your information. According to top postings, people were interested in knowing about what types of practices ethical companies performed. This is especially apparent in more popular companies as opposed to a general idea of ethics in business. The bottom postings show there is a lack of interest in the history and how to handle specific cases with ethical marketing. This shows that people are more interested in information that is more direct and general to what they need to know about ethical marketing. With 99 likes on Facebook, 120 followers on Twitter, 262 LinkedIn connections, and 10 subscribers on YouTube, it would benefit the marketing social networks by requesting an ad, follow, or subscription at the end of each postings if possible. This will help in the exposure of our brand, thus making our postings more effective. Since there were a low amount of connections, the postings would only get out either by chance or if one of those few people who did follow happened to see them. Branding of CSUF marketing is the most important factor for now to generate awareness. Getting people to connect will be the first step, especially if it is known that there are multiple venues to connect to. Along with branding would be to create a positive message that will make people remember that CSU marketing is involved or the ones that have said that. Once there are more people following, liking, subscribing, and connecting, we can gather more information on who and what went right or wrong. The main learning objective we had was to learn how we could run a marketing campaign through internet and social networks. Then we expected to learn how to work in a team. The key outcome as a team is the teamwork itself. Even though it was sometimes difficult, we always succeeded in what we did while working together to do the best marketing campaign as possible. We showed a good team spirit, and our final work is the result of many hours spent together. Our team did face some challenges in the beginning. For example, at first, we had some technical difficulties with Dropbox, so we couldn't set up our editorial calendar to automatically update as the team added onto it. In the meantime, while the issue was solved, we uploaded the editorial calendar to Google Drive. This allowed us to collaborate on the calendar simultaneously and to see work of our team members in real time. Another issue we had at the beginning was addressing the group through text. For example, if a question was sent to all group members via text, the group member receiving the text message could not see the responses of other group members, so it was time-consuming to relay messages back and forth. To resolve this problem, we began to use a phone application called GroupMe. This application works like a chat room, but through text messaging rather than online. This made it much simpler to communicate ideas in a more efficient way. It also helped prevent misunderstandings and maintained us on the same page. Overall, the group was structured in such a way that everyone took on the role that best suited their strengths. For example, while the leader delegated tasks, another group member would assign deadlines and schedule group meetings, and so on. When working with the persona, he was very unsure of what he wanted to focus on in marketing. It was difficult for us to see what his goals were in the discipline and where he wanted to take them. Once we sat down and discussed what he knew about marketing and gave suggestions on what he could do, ethics was something that was brought up often. When we came up to the topic of ethics, he was unsure if companies were truly covering ethics, especially with the use of data mining and the internet becoming such a public forum. We expected the persona to look into the history of ethical marketing and how it could teach us how to market today. What really interested him was to focus on companies he knew were able to market ethically or not. He was also interested in the video representation of ethical marketing. It was unexpected that he was not as interested in considering specific cases, but more so on current events within ethical marketing. To conclude, the goal of our marketing project was to reach our target persona utilizing various social media platforms. As explained earlier, our theme was marketing ethics, and we tried to make it as interesting as possible for our audience with the help of our persona. To make our audience aware of our theme, we had planned a strategy that revolves around the channels that are popular among students, the social networks. With an appropriate schedule and content, our messages were seen by many people of our target audience. Our campaign is a success.